If you're an English-speaking woman living in the Pont region and you're looking for information about employment, health or social services, creating healthy relationships, or any other subjects that can help you reach your personal or professional goals, I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy today's episode. Hi there, my name is Ed Humphrey and welcome to a new episode of About Townshippers. Now, although English is one of Canada's official languages, here in Quebec, English speakers live in a minority situation. So that said, at some point, you've perhaps found it difficult to track down certain services or programs that are really specific to your needs. Well, if that's the case, I've got good news. Because in this web series, we highlight the organizations and the individuals that work both with and for the English-speaking communities of the Eastern Townships. And today, we're going to introduce you to an organization that is not only very welcoming, but they also offer lots of services and programs that cater specifically to English-speaking women in Bromissisquoi that really want to improve their lives. And I'd like to share with you today a conversation that I had with Gayl Rhicard, and she's coordinator at the Avante Women's Center. And here's what we talked about. Well, good afternoon, Gayl. Good to see you.
Hi, Ed. Nice seeing you too.
I wanted to start off our conversation today with a bit of a quote. In our eyes, all women count, no matter their needs, without exception. Now, I know you're familiar with that because I got it actually from your website. Now, I wanted to use that to lead into a few words on your mandate and what the center actually does.
Well, our mandate is very broad. We're here to help women of all walks of life, any language, any age, 14 to 99. And we're here to help them with whatever issue and or problem they may have. Nothing is too big or too small. We'll help them with anything. Okay, and if we can't help them, then we will refer them to somebody who can.
Okay, so that said, could you give me an example of a couple of the types of programs or services that that you guys offer? Now, I know that right now, as we speak, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so I'm assuming your doors are closed. But usually, what kind of services do you offer?
We have a wide variety of activities, workshops. We have a point de service in Knowlton at the Lac Brome Community Center. We're there 4 times every Monday, just about of the month. We have coffee breaks here in Bedford. We're open every Tuesday evening for activities. Can be a coffee break. It can be a potluck supper, just so that women who are alone at home can get together once a month and just share some good conversation. And we always try to throw in a little bit of popular education, what's in the news. We also work with Butler Elementary, Farnham Elementary with the Girls World program, kind of like home economics, as they don't offer that at the schools anymore.
Do you do that? Is that program offered usually in the schools, or do they come to your center for that?
Well, Butler comes here because we're right next door, and we go to Farnham Elementary.
Okay.
But that's only like 6 weeks of the year. We do six workshops with them.
So come the fall, I guess you'll be looking to see if those programs can continue.
Yes.
You continue the programs?
Yes.
Now,
we also, for services, we have counseling, we have support groups, we have emergency food shelf, we have a library, among just the regular drop-in coffee, tea, whatever, just.
Okay, now if I understand correctly, there's a pretty distinct difference between a women's shelter and a women's center. So you guys you're a center and not a shelter, that's correct?
Exactly. We don't, the main difference is we don't have beds. We deal with the same problems. We help them with conjugal violence, any any kind of abuse, we can help also with that with our counseling and referral service.
So you guys are really actually a one-stop shop women's center, I guess, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Now you had mentioned you have you have some services that you're offering in Knowlton, but you guys are actually in Bedford, right?
Yes, we're located at 15 Rudes Poe in Bedford.
Okay. So that means you're in Brome-Missisquoi,
Yes.
the MRC of Brome-Missisquoi. Now, do your services kind of stretch outside of that MRC or?
No, our government funding is from the Ministère de la Santé Services Sociaux,
Okay.
Health and Social Services, and it's for Brome-Missisquoi. There is another center in Brome-Missisquoi located in Councilville, and we call ourselves the Sister Centers because they only offer workshops in French and we only offer them in English. And it's the only MRC in Quebec that has 2 women's centers within its territory.
Well, and it's a great thing too, being able to offer those bilingual services or services in both official languages,
yes,
which is really neat. And so we talked briefly about the pandemic and about your regular services. So now in the context of a health crisis, how have your services changed and how do you think they're going to change over the coming weeks?
Well, it took us a couple weeks, but we've adapted to Zoom.
Okay.
And my coworker Barb has a support group that she holds every Mondays for a widow's support group via Zoom.
Is there a name of that? Is there a name? Is there a title, or is it widow's support group?
Widow's support group.
Okay.
We like to keep things simple here.
Okay. That's fine.
And then we have we were once a month having a soup cafe where women and children were more than welcome to come in and have a bowl of soup and visit. And we'd have anywhere between 12 and 30 people, and that fell by the wayside, obviously. But we've reinvented it, and we call it Zoom Cafe. And for those who register for the Zoom Cafe, because we have our members' contact information, we deliver them a bowl of soup on the day of, so they can still have their soup and chit chat with the women on the Zoom.
Really? So they get the soup,
Yep.
And then they get the virtual chat.
Yes.
Could I get my address on that list? Because I like soup.
You'd have to shave your legs.
Okay. And probably this as well, right? Okay.
No, that's okay.
Okay. And how do people usually hear about your services, Gayl?
A lot by word of mouth. We have a Facebook page. We have a website. My coworker Barb, she writes a monthly newsletter for the Brome County News, and we're in the what do you call it? Not the classifieds, but in the community bulletin.
Okay.
In the Brome County News also.
Okay, that's good to know. So you've got all the different. Your guys are all the different platforms. So we'll make sure we put all that information up at the end of this segment. Now, I didn't tell you this beforehand, but I've got a surprise question for you.
I'm not surprised.
Getting to know me. Is there anything that, whether it's women or men, is there anything that may surprise us about women's centers? Is there anything that is kind of, really? I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yes, 2 things. We don't burn our bras, and we don't bash men.
Okay. Well,
that is the most common misconception about what we do at a women's center.
Oh, see, I didn't know what to expect asking that question. So you've well, because when I asked the question about me getting the soup, it kind of there's a bit of a backstory to that. Not a backstory, but I know shelters are very anonymous and kind of protected, and if not mistaken, men aren't usually allowed to go in. Is that
anywhere near the place?
Okay, and is that the same case with Avante?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, because they're not invited to take part in workshops and activities within the center or within our point de service. However, what we do once a year, we have what we call a cultural outing, where we'll pick a place to go and we charge minimal, though we often find a donor to pay for the bus transportation, and we often try to get reduced rates to get into wherever we're going for admission entrance fees, and everybody's welcome to that, to come. Men, women, family, the whole kit and caboodle. In Townsville, we have a partnership with Townshippers Association and the CLSC and Avante, and we have what we call Health Matters. And everybody's welcome to go to that.
And those are the Health Matters. Those are the, if I'm not mistaken, the video video conferences with touching on different subjects.
Yeah.
And okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
So we're not completely closed off.
Okay. Well, that's not what I was insinuating. It's kind of, those are things that I think are important to know.
Yeah. No, it's just that whatever, because if we're talking about a subject that is touchy for women, if there's a guy there or a guy leading the class, they won't ask the same questions. It's important.
It's important to have a safe place, and I've taken part in men's groups in the past, and it was important for us to have that safe space to discuss among men, and that's becoming a lot more common too, throughout our communities. So no, I totally understand, but I'm glad that we were able to touch on that a bit. And okay, great. Well, Gayl, you're coordinator at the Avante Women's Center. You guys are located in Bedford. And I'd like to thank you for taking the time to give us a bit of an overview of the services and the programs that you guys offer. And
always a pleasure talking to you, Ed.
Well, you make it really easy, Gayl. So look, I'll put all the information up at the end of the segment, and then we're going to encourage people to share the video and get the word out about all the great services that you guys offer. So thanks.
Thank you very much, Ed.
We'll see you next time. The Avante Women's Center. It's really an organization dedicated to helping women from all walks of life and who are living in Beaumont-Missisquoi develop their full potential. If you'd like more information on what they do, their services and their programs, well, you can find them on Facebook. They have a website. You can shoot them an email. And of course, you can also give them a call. And their hours are Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now, once the COVID-19 pandemic is over, well, they'll be open Tuesday evenings as well, and that usually goes till 8 p.m. My name is Ed Humphrey. Thank you very much for giving us a bit of your time today, and we look forward to seeing you next time, well, for another episode of About Townshippers. Take care.